Uh-oh, one is missing. What's going on, guys? Today's gonna be a repair video. I don't know exactly what we're gonna have to do, but I'm gonna take you through the process and show you what may be wrong with Big Bertha here. You see the seat is up. We were on a job, we're on that big job, that 4.5, 5 acre job, and I went to the truck to get a sandwich, and when I got finished eating my sandwich, I got back on it, went to crank it up, and the battery was dead. It would not start. So we used a 300 to push this one up on the trailer, and I got it, went and bought a battery. As you can see, it's got a brand new battery. There we go. It's got a brand new battery, but I want to make sure the charging system is up to par, because normally batteries just don't go bad like that. They normally have something else happen that triggers them going dead, unless it's just completely flat, completely dead, and there's no way for it to receive a charge. Something has gone wrong inside the battery. Well, I had the battery checked, the old battery checked, and it was on its way down, absolutely. But there's something, I don't know what it is, but I want to confirm that the charging system is up to par before I use it and burn another battery up. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be checking the charging system. Y'all stay tuned. All right, here's what we're dealing with. If I can get a good shot on it. There's two parts to the charging system on a lawnmower, if you do not know. Here's the first part right here. This is your voltage regulator. Now you see this plug right here? This goes under the shroud, and that goes to the stator. The stator is basically, for lack of a better way of saying it, it's basically the alternator on a lawnmower engine. And what it does, it is a group of coils that's round like this, and it sits inside the flywheel that has magnets on it. And as the flywheel turns, the poles between the stator coils and the magnets on the flywheel create voltage, just like in a car's alternator. And that puts out a certain amount of volts, and then it goes to the voltage regulator, reduces it down, and then it charges the battery. Now, the reason why this I want to check it is because this machine, you see that? Where's it at? You see that red button right there? Right there? This one right here? Yeah, that is the PTO. It's electric. And let me see if I can get up underneath the mower and show you, in case you've never seen one before. There's the clutch right there. And that is electric. And what happens is, when you turn that thing on, it basically pulls current out of the battery. Well, if the charging system isn't up to par, that thing right there will drain your battery dry. As I said, I do not want to burn up another battery, not knowing whether or not the charging system is up to par. So that's what we're going to find out today. The first thing we're going to do, I'm going to crank it up, and I'm going to test the voltage going into the battery. That will let me know whether or not there's enough current going through the charging system into the battery. So I'm going to get set up, and that's what we're going to do next. All right, now I've got my my little voltmeter here. I bought this thing off of Amazon, and I'll leave a link in the description box below for this tool. This is this tests AC current in your house, and then you use the meter to test the volts. So what you have to do here, you have to put the thing on volts like that. This is your on-off switch. Listen, okay, you see the screen is off. I'm gonna make sure I don't want to get too close to the camera, but the screen is off. And then when you get ready, you turn the meter to the volts, and you touch the lead, you crank the machine up, touch the lead to the battery, revved wide open, and see how many volts are going into it. Now, the way, if you've never used a meter before, and I am not an expert, I'm gonna be honest, I had to read the instructions, but I also had a backup plan, calling my brother from another mother, Lauren, and asking him if he can instruct me how to use it. Well, he wasn't available, so what did I do? I went to good old YouTube, exactly what you're watching right now. And by the way, before I go any further, guys, help me get this video to 150 likes. Please, click that like button if you don't do anything else. 150 likes. So, on with the program. Anyway, you basically what you do, I want to get this thing where the camera will pick it up. I don't want to put it to where it's going to cause any damage, but I do want the camera to pick it up. So I'm going to try to lay it right there, and hopefully I don't cause any damage. Take the leads off, or the covers off, and put them in my pocket so I don't lose them. And then I'm going to choke it, make sure it cranks. There we go. Now, turn this to volts. You see it's 0 volts. Then, rev it up. And this is a brand new battery, guys. Remember that. Because the negative to the negative side of the battery, and the positive to the positive side of the battery. Something is definitely wrong. It's saying it's not putting any voltage out. All right, I checked all the connections and everything seems to be connected okay. Let's try this again, because if it ain't got no current, that is definitely something wrong. Make sure. Yeah, no volts. Still saying there's no volts. Alright guys, I got to figure something out. Something's not right. Alright guys, I think I've got it figured out. We're just going to have to try it and see. I don't know exactly what I did wrong, but after reading the instruction book on this piece of equipment, I think I had it on the wrong setting, but we're going to find out. Like I said, the stator should be putting out between 28 and 40 volts. So we're going to see. That tells me what I need to know. That was 36 volts. It was bouncing around between 36 and something else. But remember me saying the battery, the stator, and the voltage regulator was in actuality the charging system on this machine. We got a brand new battery. The stator's putting out 36 volts. So the only other thing it could be is the voltage regulator. That thing right there, the voltage regulator. Don't even need to test it. We don't even need to test it, because we know that going through here and going to the battery, it's only 12.5 volts. We already tested that. So the battery's brand new. Not running, it has 12.5 volts. The stator is putting out more than sufficient power. So the only thing it could be is this voltage regulator. So I'm going to order one, and I'll see y'all in just a second. Oh, you are my hero. I got a machine down there with the part I need to fix. All right, thank you, sir. Do appreciate it. Y'all have a safe afternoon. All right. Now that we got the part, I'm gonna open this puppy up real carefully, just in case it may not be the right one, but it was the number that's on the voltage regulator that's on it. So I'm gonna match it up, make sure it is the correct one. I'm trying not to tear it if I can't help it. But I'm not gonna say I'm gonna leave a link in the description box below until I confirm it's the right part, that the numbers match. Now, okay, it says that's the right number. Get this out. Make sure it's the same size. It looks like that's the one. So I will leave a link in the description box below for this part where I bought it on Amazon. You go to a dealership and you order one you get one for a Kawasaki. They're 50 bucks. This is the exact same one on Amazon for $20.79. So there you go. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to replace this. I'm going to set you up on the rail just like I did earlier in the video, and we're going to get this thing taken off, and then we're going to put this one on, and then we're going to test the circuitry again to make sure it's putting out the proper amount of voltage. So stick around, it's going to be interesting. All right, we're ready to go. Got to unplug this, to completely unplug it, and there we go. Now this requires an 8mm socket, an extension, and a 3/8 drive or a 1/4" drive, whichever one you happen to have. Make sure it's in the loosen position. And then we come down here. And just loosen this up. Well, actually this one here has to be completely taken out. Alright, let me go ahead and loosen this top one before I take that off. That one there, you just loosen it up where the thing will slide out of it. And then what you don't want to do is drop that bolt, have it bounce all over the place where you can't find it without a magnet. Okay, that's sounds like it. Yep. And there we go. Oh, it's got a little wire connected to it too. All right. Now this one is almost identical. Well, it is identical.
Identical. Identical.
Now, you take this one and you slide it back up in here. You take this wire, put the bolt back through. Now this right here is going to be it's going to be tricky because you can't see the hole. You got to hold on a minute, let me do this before I go fighting this thing. I'm gonna snug this bolt up. Guys, if my head's in the way of the camera, I'm sorry. I'm trying to avoid that at all costs. Because I'm probably going to have to get the hole lined up here. Well, sir. There we go. Oh, that's a self-tapping rig. No wonder it won't start through there. So, let me get back down in here where I got more control over it. I tell you right now, that's not real solid mount, but it's mounted. That's all that matters. Now let me tighten them rascals up and we will be done. We'll be ready to plug her in. Plug her in, plug her in. Let me see. I'll tell you right now, you about had to be a dang contortionist to do this. What you don't want to do is strip that hole out. It is aluminum and it will strip out in a heartbeat. Not this part in here. The bottom bolt only screws into this. And what you don't want to do is over tighten it, because it will strip. All right, now get them wires plugged in. Let me double check everything, make sure it's good, and then we'll be right back, guys. All righty, we got all the wires checked and everything seems to be a go. So let's get her plugged in and see what we got. Let me see here. This one plugs onto the bottom. That's the way it was. I swear. Trying to keep this stuff out of the way where you can see something is like trying to wrestle an octopus. Yeah, the problem is your hands get in the way of what you're trying to do and you can't see. Let me see if I can see it this way. There we go. There we go. Now, let me make sure that is the wire that goes in there, and it is. Now we plug these in, and we should be in business. All right. So now all there's left to do is check how many volts are going into the battery. If we're up to about 13.3 to 14 volts, we're gold. So let's check that real quick. All right, guys, I got you set up on the back bottom part of the seat. I'm gonna zoom you in just a little bit so you can see the voltage numbers. Now we've got the stator working. I rechecked the stator. It's putting out 37.5 volts, or 37.7. Brand new voltage regulator, brand new battery. So we're gonna crank this puppy up and see what we got. The charging system, the charging system should be bringing to the battery anywhere from 13.2 to 14.5. So we're gonna see. I haven't cranked it up, so I'm gonna choke it and get it cranked, and I'm gonna let it run for a second because it hasn't been cranked up in several days. Choke, ignition. Oh, there we go. Contact. Voltmeter trying to dance on me. You raise the camera up just a tad. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna rev it all the way up. Here we go. There we go. 15.7 volts. Boys and girls, I believe we got her fixed. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. We'll be putting this puppy back to work tomorrow. It's been down since last Wednesday, and here it is Wednesday. It's been down for a whole week. But you know, sometimes that happens when the local parts houses don't have them in stock. You have to go where you got to go to get the part. But anyway, one thing I did want to mention. Don't know, I can't remember now if I mentioned it in the beginning of the video. You see this little icon right here? That's the like icon. That is the most important thing you could do for this video. Click the icon, please, that like icon. Like this video. That gets my content, the content of this channel, pushed out into the recommended area of YouTube for more people, and it gets this channel exposed. If you like the videos, you like the content, you learn stuff, I'm sure that there's other people out there that could get useful information from these videos. So please click that like button. I would greatly appreciate it, and I thank you so much. But anyway, that's it. That's going to do it for this one, guys. Please be sure, as I said, click the like button, subscribe button. This is Brian with Big South Outdoors TV, reminding you to live big, live Southern, and live outdoors. Until we meet again, folks, have a good one.